COVID-19, Megathread, week of March 25 April 1st. What film role was 100% perfectly cast?
Alan Rickman in Galaxy Quest. Though I could have posted just Alan Rickman and the post would have still answered the question.
Matthew Lillard as Shaggy.
Kathy Bates as Annie Wilkes in Misery.
Anyone other than Andre the Giant as Fezzik would be inconceivable. If only he could have played the mountain that rides.
Raul Julia and Angelica Houston as Gomez and Morticia. They were both perfect individually, but the way they played off of each other took it to another level.
Patrick Stewart is Professor X.
Definitely Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Canada?
The flag. It's so simple but really nice to look at.
Hockey.
Maple syrup.
50% of the word Canada is the letter A. Petite.
Geese.
People who have jobs they genuinely love and enjoy. What is it and how did you get into it?
I work a standard 9-to-5 office job, but I love it and wouldn't want anything else just because of the people I work with. We're all friends and work doesn't feel like work. A friend of my brother brought me in.
I build and work on race cars. It's the coolest job in the world to me. I work for a team and do stuff on the side as well. I helped on race teams for years just for fun, and as I learned more and got better at it, it slowly morphed into a paying deal.
I work as a freelance musician. It's badly paid, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. And it took about 12 years of instrumental training to get to where I could make a living of it.
What tone-deaf April Fool's pranks will we likely see tomorrow?
I'm just waiting for some idiot YouTube prankster to start coughing on people and get their teeth punched in. Some people are that stupid.
Well, I fell for an ad from my local Mexican place saying they were now selling nuggetos. 12 nugget-sized burritos. Nothing about COVID-19, but the fact that nuggetos aren't real has ruined my entire day. That scientists found a cure for COVID-19, SMH.
I predict arrests.
Oh God, I hadn't considered that. A lot of idiots coughing on food and peers in public.
That the NFL is expanding their playoffs to 14 teams and the extra wild card game will be aired on Nickelodeon.
You can make whatever you want appear, but you have to pull it out of your ass. What do you do?
Get a potion that makes me have powers like Elastigirl.
I'ma be a human toilet paper dispenser. When I poop, paper will follow to clean up, and I'll have plenty to share with everyone.
Does this also work in reverse? Can I stuff an unlimited no of things into my ass?
Pulling $1 grand out of my ass in public would be golden.
Pull out another ass with the same ability and eventually drown the world in asses that can have asses pulled out of them.
Loners of Reddit, what was your way of dealing with loneliness as a kid that you didn't realize until you grew up?
Creating imaginary worlds.
Pretty much just talking to myself. It's become such a habit that I still do it occasionally these days.
I pretty much submerged myself in books. I had a pretty interesting and tough childhood and ended up reading when things became tough for me. Especially when I was locked in a room, which was every day. I had books hidden there at the very least. Video games, and writing fantasy stories.
What's a plot hole in a movie you just can't get over?
That in every Christmas movie where Santa is real and the adults are portrayed as non-believers in Santa, none of them question where the gifts come from on Christmas morning.
8 million forms of communication and 3PO doesn't speak Jawa.
Still don't know why the aliens in science came to a planet that's mostly water inhabited by animals that are mostly water, where water will randomly fall from the sky when their only weakness is water.
What's a thing you strongly dislike about Reddit?
The I'm so quirky and original because Reddit people.
After a while, I get tired of seeing all the sex-oriented AskReddit posts.
That fucking glitch with the inbox where it doesn't show the correct number of unread comments.
The increasing number of clickbait titles.
On mobile app, unable to sort notifications by read/unread. If all the notifications have been read, it will still show that there are unread notifications.
How they keep changing the ads to look more and more like real posts.
What is a completely random fact?
When a Viking received a gut wound, they would be fed strong onion soup. After some time, someone would smell the wounds elsewhere on their body. If they smelled like onions, there was damage to the intestines and no chance of saving them.
Squid brains are donut-shaped, and their esophagus runs through it. If a squid eats something too big, it can get brain damage.
Penguins have an organ above their eye that converts salt water into fresh water.
Ants have a terminal velocity of 1.778 meters per second. This means they can fall from any height and not harm themselves.
Gary Newman is 13 days older than Gary Oldman. When roosters make their sound, their ears close up so that they won't become deaf.